Hello there, grade 7 learners! Do you know that the more that you listen, the more the things you will know? That is why I'm very excited to learn more with you and to discover how great you are. Welcome to our English class for today. This is Ma'am Dani and welcome to our exciting, fun, and awesome class for today. Are you ready? Don't worry because I know you can do it. To start our exciting class for today, I have here a Dani can do it. This activity is called 4 Picks 1 Word. I know some of you are very familiar in this activity, right? So basically, I have 4 pictures that I will be showing later and you will trying to guess the corresponding word. Do you get it? Are you ready? I know you can do it. Without further ado, let's start our Dani can do it. The first picture, it is a picture of a little girl who touched her right ear. The second picture, it is a picture of a group of little kids and it has a girl who telling a story. The third one is a boy that enjoying to his music. The last one is a picture of an ear. Are you ready to show your answer? What is your answer, class? Are you ready to reveal the correct answer? If your answer is listening, you are correct. Who among you got the correct answer? I told you, you can do it. Here is your pass. Congratulations, you did a great job. How did you come up with that answer? How did you know that the answer in 4 pictures is listening? You already know that if someone is used their sense of hearing, they are listening. I am right? So at the end of this learning module, here are your key takeaways. Recognize the significance of listening and cooperative work based on a text as directed by questions. Identify the types of listening according to Learning English Online. And assess the value of ideas in a book through listening. Also, you are collecting a license pass in every Dani can do it. At the end of the lesson, you will receive a 4 license pass. Don't worry because I know you can do it. Are you ready? If you are ready, kindly bring out your module, pen, and your paper. As part of the objectives of the lesson, you need to recognize the significance of listening on a text. So that you need to listen very carefully to the text that I'll be going through it. Because later, you have to answer another activity to test your listening skills. Are you ready? Let's start. The Parable of the Rainbow Colors by Juan Elsevier. It all started as innocent statements by each of the colors. No attempt was made by anyone to denigrate the others. There was even an element of restraint and humility. But as time went on, the colors' declaration became stronger and healthier. They even used an overtone in their voices to put down the other colors. It reached the point where the colors were actually quarreling. Said the color red, "I am the brightest for red is the most striking." Why? The color of life-sustaining blood is red. I represent courage and bravery. Even symbols of love like hearts and roses are colored red. The color yellow retorted, "What can be brighter than my yellow exemplified by the sun? I am the color of beauty and warmth. Without me, only the eye-glaring ones remain." What outlandish claims, interposed by the color orange. Sunrise is orange, not yellow. I am the most important. because I represent health and strength. Look at the ripened fruits and vegetables. They are predominantly orange. Well, if you're talking about vegetables and leaves, you are referring to my color. Declare the color green. I am the symbol of life. All that thrives in the fields and forests is the greenery I provide. The color blue would not help it anymore. So it shouted, what can be more expansive than the skies and seas? Do you forget the farthest sky and the deepest seas are blue? I represent patriotism. The color indigo came out with a statement, you are talking about wide areas? I hope you realize that the largest area in the world is silence. I represent the dimension with my color. It means the fullness of thought. Ah, you forget the pomp of royalty and power is violet. I am wisdom and authority. What can be more overwhelming? Said the color violet. Suddenly, the rain interrupted the continuous exchanges of arguments among the colors. Stop! You are all wrong and all right. Yes, you all have your futures, but all of you have a special role. And more importantly, you need each other to create the mixed color of beauty. From now on, you will not be seen separately. When it rains, a strip of colors will appear in the sky. You will appear together. You will be called a rainbow. You will then represent cooperation and hope. With that, the rain disappeared. Have you listened to the text, class? Make sure to remember what you are noted from the story, as you can use it to answer some questions later. So what is listening? Listening is one of the skills that we use in our everyday life. It is the basis for all the other skills like reading, writing, and speaking. It is imperative that we give our full attention when we listen. But class, take note that using nonverbal cues such as nodding, eye contact, leaning forward, it shows that you listened very well. But do you know that there are 3 different types of listening? Do you want to know about it? Alright, let's find out what are those. Let's go! The first type of listening according to Learning English Online is listening for gist. This is the type of listening that you listen in order to understand the main idea of the text. For example, the words food, friends, fun, park, and sunny day have their own meanings. But when you hear the words in sequence, they help form the context of a picnic. Do you understand? Listening for gist is when the learner tries to understand what is happening, even if he or she can't understand every phrases or sentences. The learner is trying to pick up keywords, intonation, and other clues so as to make a guess at the meaning. The second types of listening. Listening for specific information. In this type of listening, you listen in order to find out the specific details, for example, keywords. Listening for specific information is often factual in nature. For example, a name, a place, a profession, an object, a number, or a quantity. Sometimes, listening for specific information also involves listening to determine whether information is stated or not. The third and last type of listening. Listening for detailed understanding. In this type of listening, you listen because you want to understand all the important information the text provides. Listening for detailed understanding. It is a type of listening which we can't afford to ignore because we don't know exactly what information of the listening passage will be necessary to complete the task. Example of listening for detailed understanding. is when you're listening to a recorded phone message for a business, and all you really want to know is what time the store will be open tomorrow. Do you understand the 3 different types of listening according to learning English online? If yes, that's great! But before we proceed, I have a very important tips for you. Are you ready? If yes, let's go! Important tip: if you are finding it particularly difficult to concentrate on what someone is saying, try repeating their words mentally as they say them. This will reinforce their message and help you to stay focused. Now, if you really understand the 3 types of listening, I have here another Danica can do it. I have here a few sentences and I want you to identify which types of listening each sentence falls under. Again, what are those 3 types of listening? Listening for gist, listening for specific information, and listening for detailed understanding. Are you ready, class? If you are ready, let's go. I know you can do it. First question. You are tasked by your mother to note how many cups of vinegar is needed in cooking adobo as you watch the cooking show on the TV. I will give you 5 seconds to think the answer. Are you ready to know the answer? If your answer is listening for specific information, you're right. Second question. The teacher instructed the class to watch a short film and called someone to discuss what they have learned. I will give you another 5 seconds to think about it. If your answer is listening for gist, you are great. Third question. Your research advisor told you to watch a documentary and write a case study about it. I'll give you another 5 seconds to think about it. You can do it. The answer is listening for detailed understanding. You are really fantastic. Fourth question. The teacher instructed you to note the colors of each Care Bear before watching it on the screen. What do you think the type of listening is that? I'll give you another 5 seconds to answer. The answer is listening for specific information. Again, you are correct. Last question for the first level of Danny Can Do It. You are invited to an event to do an extemporaneous speech, and your topic was read to you just before your speech. Here is your 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready to know the answer? If your answer is listening for gist, you are awesome. Very good, class. You did a great job. You passed another level of Danny Can Do It. Because of that, you earned another pass. Here is your competent pass. Congratulations. I told you, you can do it. Why do you think listening is important, class? To listen, we need to make a conscious effort, not just only to hear what are people saying, but to take it in, or to digest and understand it. Effective listening is a skill that is frequently undervalued in our society. Good communication skills require both effective speaking and listening. By being an attentive listener, you can understand more and improve relationships. Also, class, make sure that when you are listening, you are first, maintain eye contact and face the speaker to give them your attention. Second, don't be judgmental while listening. Third, don't interrupt the speaker. Fourth, employ active listening techniques. And lastly, think about what the other person is saying and not what you should respond with.
Do you understand it, class? Do you get it? That's great! Now, I have an important reminder for you.
Important tip: be aware that active listening can give others the impressions that you are agree with them, even if you don't. It is also important to avoid using active listening as a checklist of actions to follow, rather than really listening.
As I've said earlier, you need to take note as you listen to the Parable of the Rainbow Colors by Juan M. Flavier. Now, I have another Danny Can Do It. I have here a few questions and all you need to do is to write your answer on your paper. Are you ready, class? If you are ready, let's go. I know you can do it.
First question: what were the colors quarreling about? I'll give you 5 seconds to think the answer. What is your answer, class? Are you ready to reveal your answer? If your answer is who should be the best color, you are correct. Second question: what does the color red represent in the parable? I will give you another 5 seconds to think about it. The correct answer is blood. Who among you got the correct answer? I told you, you can do it. Third question: what is the color that is exemplified as bright as the sun? What do you think is the answer? I'll give you another 5 seconds to think about it. The correct answer is yellow. You did great, class. Fourth question: who interrupted the continuous exchanges of arguments of the colors? Here is your another 5 seconds to answer. What is your answer, class? You are right. The answer is rain. Last question for this Danny Can Do It. What did the rainbow represent in that story? Here is your last 5 seconds to answer. Are you ready to reveal the answer? If your answer is cooperation and hope, you are correct.
Very good, class. I told you, you can do it. You've passed another level of Danny Can Do It. Because of that, here is your another pass. Your proficient pass. Congratulations! You did a great job. To complete your pass for today, class, let's have another Danny Can Do It.
Listening is one of the skills that we use in our everyday life. I'll give you 5 seconds to think the answer. What is your answer, class? If your answer is a smiley face, you are correct. Listening for detailed understanding is the type of listening that you listen in order to understand the main idea of the text. Here is your another 5 seconds to answer. The answer is sad face. The statement is wrong. Congratulations, you did a great job again. When you are listening, it is okay to interrupt and ask a question to the speaker. What do you think is the answer? Do you think the statement is correct or wrong? I'll give you another 5 seconds to think about it. The answer is sad face. Job well done, class. Good communication skills require both effective speaking and listening. Here is your another 5 seconds to answer. What is your answer, class? Any guess? The answer is smiley face. The statement is correct. Listening is the basis for all the other skills like reading, writing, and speaking. Here is your 5 seconds to answer. The answer is smiling face.
You are correct. Job well done, class. I told you, you can do it. Here's your final pass. Now that you've completed all the pass, you can get through in our today's class. If you think you can do it, you can. Congratulations for passing all the levels of Dani Can Do It. Because you stay until the end, here is your bonus. You can answer it at the back of your module. That is the Dani Can Do It for today. On the next episode, we will discuss strategies that support listening process. This is Mom Danica. I know you can do it. See you again in our next English lesson.